Okay, assalamu alaikum to all of you, and welcome to another amazing episode of my podcast. I am your host Fahad Yaiwala, and I am student and interview captain at Rehan School Online Academy. So, the Rehan School Online Academy is the world's first AI school in Pakistan, which is located in Pakistan, and so many branches are located in different cities of Pakistan. So, welcome to another amazing episode of my podcast. And today I am going to take Mr. Paul's interview, who is from ST Louis, which is a town. And basically, uh, his passion is music. So, I'm also going to ask some questions which are related to music and band. So, let's start our conversation. Hello, Mr. Paul. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Okay, so can you please introduce yourself so the people, the audience can get to know you more better?
Yes. Hi, my name is Paul MacFarlane. I'm a U.S. citizen for now, although I'll be moving to the Netherlands. I'm a business strategist and a creative branding expert, writer, designer, presenter, producer, director, but I also love reading books and playing music. I play about 15 different instruments and I play music every day.
Okay, amazing. So, how did you get the idea about music, or it is your passion, or like something else?
Well, music began when I was probably a baby because when in our home, my little bed, what we call a crib, was in a room against a wall. And the other side of the wall was the family piano. And my parents would have parties and sing around the piano, and the bass frequencies would come through the wall, which is why I know so many songs from the 1930s, 1940s, and 1950s, and why the very first instrument I wanted to play was boom, 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 electric bass. And I made a presentation to my parents when I was 15 saying why I had to do this. And after I started playing the bass, I started playing guitar, and then I started playing around the piano. And then the rest of my life, I would find an instrument that interested me from somewhere in the world. I would just buy it and learn on my own. But it all comes from the same place. It's the desire to feel what music is, vibrations that make people happy, that can heal, and to be a humble student of music is a very, very, very worthwhile and very beautiful thing.
Amazing and brilliant. And you know that yesterday I uh, I conducted an interview, and he was also healing drum circles, related to healing drum circles. His passion also about drums, and he was also talking about this type of stuff. So this is really great and amazing thing. And so, how has music influenced your life and career choices?
It's influenced my life when I was a young teenager because I was alone a lot. I was shy. I didn't have girlfriends. And so I spent a lot of time alone with a record player and an instrument, learning how to play and learning the vocabulary of music, which also gave me connection with the vocabulary of my own emotions. When you play a musical instrument, the instrument doesn't care if you're sad or happy or angry. You can play it that way and it lets you do it. So it has given me an outlet for my thoughts and my emotions to learn music, to feel what someone else was feeling when they wrote it, to give me ways to compose new music that's inside me that needs to come out. And it brings a sense of rhythm and harmony to my relationships and to the work that I do for clients, that there's a melody and a rhythm and an intention to create happiness or to heal.
Okay, amazing. So, can you describe the first moment when you knew music was something you wanted to pursue seriously?
Oh, the very first instrument I had was an electric bass guitar, and I still have it. And for the first 6 months, I did not have an amplifier. So when you play an electric bass without an amplifier, you have to play very hard to get any sort of sound. And I remember the first time I was able to plug it into an amplifier and I heard those vibrations that I was making. And it was like, I can do this. The sound I've made, I can do it now too. Music is playing me. Music is playing me. I knew. Then I just wanted to make more. And I wanted all the sounds that I'd heard from opera and classical music and world music and pop music that I've heard out there. I wanted it to be inside me and I wanted to feel it, which is why I've gone on to learn to play so many instruments.
Okay. So, and what is the role of mindfulness when we are doing when we are playing music, like we are, you know, playing guitar? So, what is the importance of mindfulness that present on the moment? So,
Hmm. Well, when you make a decision to pick up an instrument or to go to an instrument like a piano or something, the decision you have to make mentally is that you're going to have a good time. You're going to have a good time learning, and you treat even mistakes as a blessing and as a way to learn. The way I learn to play a song is by playing it wrong, and then I improve it and I fix it note by note by note. If we didn't have mistakes, we wouldn't learn. So it's embracing the fact that learning is through making mistakes, but those mistakes are a blessing because that wrong note on that song will be the right note on another song. So it's approaching it with the intention everything is going to be a learning and a growth period, and every experience is a blessing and the honor of being able to be a musician, however humble or however great.
okay, yeah. So, as a musician, what is your favorite in musical instrument?
It depends on how I'm feeling. I have within reach 18 different instruments just within 12 feet of where I am right now. Very neatly arranged, tuned, and ready to go. So if I look at one and I remember the sounds that it makes, I feel as that's something I want. No different than going to a restaurant and looking at a menu and imagining eating different things and finding the one that says, that's what I want. And I always know. And sometimes it's because I have some music in me and it needs to come out. Well, which instrument is going to be required to let it come out? I have instruments from different countries and around the world, and sometimes when I go into that mode, I reach for one of those. Every instrument I have is my favorite at the time I'm playing it.
Wow, this is really great and amazing. I was also tried to learn about drumming, that how to do drumming, and my teacher said that pick the drumming stick like we pick a pencil, and I was practicing that time on our national anthem, on our national anthem. That then I will quit when because that was very difficult to manage that time, because I was also uh, because I'm also a student, so also want to manage my time for study. So that's why I quit that. So how do you think music can impact or change society?
Hmm. Some kinds of music I think needs to be provocative. It needs to provoke. It needs to do something irritating to people. so that they have to react and they have to think about it and say, what is this? I'm not sure I like this. What's this about? Provoking, as opposed to just, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. But provoke, provoke. Sometimes I think music is there to educate, and sometimes music is there to heal. If you're feeling anxious and you listen to something happy and hopeful, that helps, that heals. If you're feeling lonely and the song reminds you it's okay to feel lonely, that's important. So, society is simply a lot of individuals together. If you're in a music club and the DJ throws in a new beat, throws in a piece of a song from 50 years ago, but changes it in a fresh way, and everyone starts bouncing up and down and dancing to it, well, you can say that's affecting society in the room. With radio, when radio was a big thing, people working and a song comes on the radio, or while they're studying or at school or driving, and it changes their rhythm. When you're listening to music and something comes on and you really like it and you want to turn it up, what does that mean? That means that something in that music is touching something that's asleep in you and you're waking it up. You feel happy. You're tapping your fingers on the steering wheel, while some beat's going on, and you feel that movement and you feel like you're happy again. It's just like dancing, sitting down. That changes things. If there's a concert in a stadium and there's 10, 20,000 people and they're all looking and they're all paying attention, they're all swaying or moving or dancing or singing together. Wow. For the person on the stage, when they're singing their own song and 50,000 people are singing the song you wrote in your bedroom one day, that's amazing. But the effect it has on society, I think, is always to create happiness and to heal something that's in us.
Yeah, this is amazing and this is really great. So, um, you know, all the pupils know that nowadays the awareness of artificial intelligence is very high, and you know, AI is coming in our world day by day, and we should learn about artificial intelligence. So, in this era, uh, most of the people are also using to read books, also to educate themselves by reading books. But now is the era of mobiles, internet, and laptops and computers. So what do you think, what is your thinking about this, that we should uh, educate ourselves from books, or we should educate ourselves by artificial intelligence and by uh, you know like computers, by computers or by laptops?
I believe you should be educating and being inspired by as many sources as possible. A paper book, typing something into an AI app, and everything in between. You can learn also by sitting in silence. You can learn from the sound of your breath, learn from the sound of the birds, and the traffic and voices and the breeze. AI, it's interesting right now, the whole world is asking one question. Where is this all going to? And you know what? The public, who knows nothing about it, is asking that question. Even the developers who are pushing the boundaries of AI are asking that same question. No one really knows. Now, I have noticed some videos that have a little label that identifies it was created by AI. That's going to be what's interesting, because you know what a bell curve is? If you know what a bell curve is, at one end, there's going to be people who will want to use AI to create harm, to spread hate, false images and sounds and videos, to deceive people and to do bad things. And then there are people over here who maybe don't like AI, think we shouldn't even use it because we want to keep the world pure. Well, the big hump in the middle are people who really don't know. But ease and convenience always drive the human race forward. We always choose something that's easier and more convenient. You may have remembered 2 or 3 years ago when everyone was talking about the metaverse. Oh, and every website's going to go in the metaverse. Well, let's look. No, it hasn't. And part of the reason it hasn't is because it wasn't easy or convenient to do. People could imagine, flying through a store, looking at things like that on your computer, but no one knew how to do it. And then you have issues of bandwidth and processor speed and all those problems. But AI is so simple. People could say, here's my picture. I put it through this AI thing. Now look at it. It was easy. I just type a few words. I upload something. I click and it does it. It's done. Easy. And that is what will drive it all forward. The casual, everyday use of AI. Now, AI is getting better and better and better and more sophisticated, more sophisticated. And if there are people who don't like it, it'll get to the point where you can't even tell anymore. Unless you know a politician or a celebrity that they would never say that and they would never do that, etc. You have to have some other form of proof. And it'll get to the point where you won't be able to use forensics to tell whether something is fake or not. So before that, the public's feeling of anxiety about the changes or the excitement of developers to try new things, it's going to go to a point where technology and our physical bodies will merge. And maybe in your lifetime, probably not in my lifetime, but I think what will happen eventually, we will have technology in our bodies that can keep us young, that can regrow hair, that can make us look younger, that can change our eye color, all these things. And actors will want it so they never have to retire. Eventually, the public will get versions of that. And eventually, what that will mean is, what if I could put my consciousness, take it out of my body, and put it in a famous athlete? Maybe you're a fan of cricket, and maybe you're thinking of a fantastic test where a particular bowler or batsman did something amazing. You could actually be in their body and feel it and hit for sixes all day long, or bowl spinners all day long, and feel that and be that because of technology. Well, eventually we'll realize if we are pure consciousness, we may not even need our bodies, and we'll be able to go around the universe and explore all kinds of new things. Because technology isn't used to be a thing in our life. Now it is our life. And at what point does our technology change us? It's going to happen. How soon and how will we notice it? It's when we start trusting. A lot of older people right now, if I said you could put a chip in your body that could identify all viruses, and when it notices a virus in the body, it puts it in a little sack and flushes it out through the lymph system. And the technology can learn when that virus grows and turns into different things and enters the body, it can still identify it and keep you healthy. There are people who say, I don't trust any technology in my body because I think politicians and whatever are going to be running it. But younger people may accept that. And as they grow older and they accept things, it'll just push the technology forward. And again, if you study any old science fiction, you know that when people tried to travel across the universe, there was the problem what to do with our
Yeah,
bodies. They would freeze them, and wake them up later. Well, when we don't need these bodies anymore, we have consciousness, and we can drop into anything we want, then we're liberated. I think that's where it's all going to go. Today, no. Tomorrow, no. But eventually.
amazing. You explained all the things related to AI in very amazing way. I love it. And you know that most of the people are also saying that we should not we should not more be intelligent, because now AI is here, so we should not be intelligent. We use AI, we should learn AI so that AI will do that whatever we want to do. So
Yeah. Well,
really
say a little
amazing.
bit something about that. Very important to realize. Ideally, we like when technology supports everything we do, but is not in our face. We don't like when it's in our face. But anything that's new, any new thing, first come the pioneers, the people who do the hard work, figure out how to do it, make it make sense, and make it work. They don't get paid yet, but they do all the work. And after them come the monetizers, the people who say, we can make a lot of money in this. And they start investing, and then they make those people rich. And then come the criminals who say, we can make a lot of money easy by, doing this. And then the public. And it happens faster and faster and faster. When you get a new social platform, the bots are there later this first day. And that's the problem. There was a prime minister of Britain in the 1800s named Benjamin Disraeli. And he said something amazing. He said, where men, people, are pure, laws are useless. Where men or people are impure, laws are broken.
Yeah, amazing. So what is your creative process like when composing or performing music?
I'm aware there are technical platforms for writing words and creating music. My own belief of my own creativity is greater than that. The only difference is the speed of what it would take for me to have a musical idea and to get it recorded might take a long time. But AI can do it very fast. But you see, the way I can use AI is I give AI an idea that AI couldn't think of. When ChatGPT first came out, I broke it many times. I would try to prompt something that it didn't understand. And I didn't do it more than once because if I did it more than once, it would start to learn my thinking. But I know that there are things out there. I don't use AI to have ideas, but AI to make it easier to take my ideas and make them real. Yes.
Yeah, and exactly, of course, I think AI is made for this. That we should use AI for do things in an easier way.
Have you seen the little meme that says they did it backwards? I want AI to do my dishes and clean my house, and so I can be an artist. I didn't want AI to become an artist, so I still have to do my dishes and clean my house.
Amazing. So, how did the challenges you faced in your journey impact your personal growth?
Hmm. My life is like a river, or it is a river. It is flowing somewhere. My drop of water to the sea, the ocean of existence. All faiths and all spirituality teach that in some way. And as I'm flowing, I may come across obstacles. And if I remember I'm water, I can flow around it, over, under it, or change direction and put a bend in the river over time. Because if that log or that stone isn't going to move, but I'm still moving, eventually I'm going to go this way so much, instead of the river going this way, it'll make that way. So obstacles are temporary. Water never feels defeated. The water eventually can say, fine, I'll just make a lake. Okay, I'm still water. You can call me a lake now, and I used to be a stream. But as rivers going to the sea, we may be flowing and we may meet people and have experiences that flow into us that make us flow faster or bring a different temperature or different fish or different material into our river. Our river can flow into a larger river and we become dissolved into that larger river. and we enrich that river, but all the rivers are going to the same place. And there's a great, great old story. I think maybe the Sufis had it originally, called the Wisdom of the Sands. It's a river that's trying to cross the desert. It keeps getting absorbed and it's all upset. And the voice comes from the sands and says, let the wind pick you up and carry you. And the stream says, no, I'm a stream. I've flown through all these lands. I can't get across here too. And it says, no, until you relax and let the wind take you, you will only become a bog. And then it goes, oh yeah, I remember. It gets picked up as mist, falls as rain on the next mountain, becomes a river again. And the lesson of that is when we think we are a river or a rain and not water, we forget our essence. When we remember our essence is water, we can cross any obstacle. We can do anything as long as we relax, are humble, find a lower place. We can do anything. So in my life, realizing that obstacles are there to teach me, obstacles were there to learn something, and obstacles and challenges are blessings. They're not, they don't happen to me, they happen for me. And I smile when there's a delay. I smile when I hear a no. I smile and realize, oh, I'll just go this way.
Amazing. Yeah, uh, life is like a river. You said amazing. Life is like a river, and we all are rivers. Okay, so looking back, what advice would you give your younger self starting this journey?
I would have told my younger self, don't sell your Apple stock. That's one. Don't sell your stock that you had in Apple. Let's see. What I would tell my younger self is don't worry. Don't worry. Everything's going to be okay. Do what you love and always do what you love and trust. Everything's going to be okay.
Yeah, okay. So, did you apply healing drum technique with someone?
I'm sorry, did I apply what kind of technique?
Healing drum technique.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you again. Again, please.
Um, I was said that did you apply healing drum technique?
Oh, a healing technique.
Yeah, healing.
Yes. Meditation, decades of meditation practice, has made me more aware of who I am and even in this body that I live in. So when I choose food now, most of the time, I'm choosing food that will help me feel more alive, stronger, more alert, and happy, not just food that I think I want emotionally. I'm more in touch with what my body needs for food. That's one. Two, meditation has allowed me to relax more and it has allowed me to sense things I couldn't sense in any other way. I'll give you an example. When I think of things that I want in life, when I bring my emotions to it powerfully, things happen. For instance, a few days ago, when I was deciding what to wear, I found an old football jersey by one of my favorite players from Bulgaria, Dimitar Berbatov. And I wore it. I thought, this is fun. I haven't worn this in years. And something in the evening told me I needed to go walk into town. And I started to go, and then something told me, no, wait a few minutes. And then I went, and I walked into town, and there's a little music club on one of the streets, and there were some people standing, and I walked right between them. The guy was counting, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and I said, you can dance in 5/4. And he was talking about music from the Balkans in Europe, what the people in the mountains play, some very strange rhythms. And I noticed he was a radio DJ from a station I've listened to for years. And I loved him. And I said, wait a minute, you're talking about Bulgarian music, and I'm wearing a shirt with a Bulgarian football player on it. What are the chances that we met at this moment, right when you were talking about that music, and I came through with this shirt? And why did I wear it today? Well, you can make up your mind what happened and why that happened, but I know it's something that I was feeling emotionally strong about because our mind is a broadcasting and a receiving state. When you think about someone with a lot of emotion, they call you, they send you a text, and then you could feel you were thinking about them. And this world is full of vibration. And if I'm in harmony with something else and we're vibrating together, we'll find each other. So that practice of meditation has shown up in so many wonderful ways in my life that brings me amazing experiences, wonderful meetings of people, and things that dazzle and delight me.
Okay, amazing. All the things you had defined or explained, that was really amazing. Even you explain about artificial intelligence too. Uh, that your that talking was amazingly blew my mind also and touched my heart also. So thank you so much for your precious time for me. And now it is, you know, uh, I didn't realize how quickly it passed, the time, and I really enjoyed my time with you. So thank you so much again, and viewers, thank you so much for watching us. Uh, Mr. Paul is really amazing person. So inshallah, meet you soon with another amazing episode of my podcast. Till then, stay peace, take care of yourself, and stay tuned for more. Allah Hafiz.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.